busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vi.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder against the Orlando. They got their season rolling with a nice win in their first game. Now we'll find out if they can build on it and open with back-to-back victories. And Jimmy Butler, the 30th pick out of Marquette back in 2011. Every season he's improved, and Shaq made a huge jump last year, didn't he?
Last year, he won the Most Improved Player award. You know, he showed me he can get it done in the mid-range, around the rim, on the defensive end. He stepped up.
Yeah, that was a career year for him, all across the board. You know, he averaged 19 points, 3 assists.
The starting lineup for the visiting Oklahoma City Thunder. At the power forward position, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 00, Aaron Gordon. At the point, 6 feet 4 inches, number 4, Elfrid Payton.
We're in the place they call the Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida. It's the home of the Magic, where we are broadcasting our action live today. Last outing for Orlando, they won that game against the Wizards.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The rugged duo of Ibaka and Adams in the middle. Russell Westbrook out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Marion in at the 3 spot. And Butler gets it to go.
Jimmy Butler.
Well, it was a defensive issue for the Magic. They had trouble stopping opponents last season, guys. I mean, didn't really challenge anything at their own rim, and that's really what made it tough for them.
Outside Westbrook. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Magic. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
Yeah, really a rare treat for the fans. The only time they'll get to see this matchup all season.
Inter-conference action here. 2 games in all between these two teams. It'll be fun to watch.
Payton with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Oladipo misses. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Now here is Harris. 20 points for him last game against Washington.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Rejected by Harris. It's Oladipo on the wing. Adams defending. And it's Vucevic missing. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions. It finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
He kicks it to Ibaka. Westbrook wide open. He fires. It's good. This game is all even.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Scott Skiles. He knows one of the hardest parts on scoring against this defense has to do with their prolific shot blocker, Serge Ibaka. He told me he's one of those guys who can get in your head a little bit because he's so mobile. You often don't see him coming. And Kevin, you add in his great rebounding and ability to hit from mid-range, and he's always an X factor for them. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And both free throws good for Westbrook. When you think about guards who play without fear or any hesitation, Russell Westbrook is the first of those guys to come to mind.
I tell you what, man, his relentless pursuit and attacking of the goal and his opponent is really something to watch.
Here's Butler after the made shot from Victor Oladipo. Fires for three, and Jimmy Butler good for three. Butler's got 8.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
And Oladipo kicks to Gordon. Vucevic, and it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And for Westbrook, he had some high praise. Allen Iverson said he's a huge fan of Westbrook and sees so much of himself in him, mostly due to how they play with heart. I'll tell you the other thing, Allen Iverson I always felt was the most intimidating small guard in the history of the league. Russell Westbrook rapidly trying to claim that honor. You know, I was thinking back to that Iverson quote on Westbrook. They play with that same fire. The styles in which they play are different, but you can see the intensity is the same between them.
Watson, he's checked in for Payton. The Thunder also changing it up. JaVale McGee's checked in for Adams. Young comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Waiters in for Sean Marion.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there. And for Victor Oladipo, guys, last season you saw him continue to make strides in his game. He has the build to be one of the best guards in the league, and he's on the right track right now. Very excited for his future.
And so here's Orlando. The Thunder making the shot. Watson kicks to Vucevic. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. Vucevic has got his first points of the night.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
As you said about Oladipo, he has a bright future in this league after playing at Indiana, already stepping into the leader role with the Orlando Magic.
Yeah, and what I like most about his game and the way he plays is that he contributes really in every facet. I'll use a baseball term. He's a 5'2". I mean, he really does a little bit of everything well, and he can make a big impact even when his shot isn't falling, be it on the glass, with his passing, or his defense.
Here's Westbrook. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. No luck. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
Watson's shot is off.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication.
And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Magic lead by 2. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And Serge Ibaka, becoming known for... Well, if you wonder how much difference a coach can make for a player, there it is. Huh?
You heard it in Serge's voice, too. That confidence has already been planted in him. That voice telling him, shoot the ball, is now in his own head. He's going to be just fine.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Orlando.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Jimmy Butler is out there with Russell Westbrook. And it's Marion in at the small forward. Here's Butler. And he converts the late. Butler's got 10.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Fournier passes to Smith. Here's Dedmon, and it's blocked by Adams. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Orlando moving the ball around to the left wing. They set the pick. Fournier dishes to Smith. 6 to shoot. Bazania's shot is off.
Well, I tell you what, guys, last season the Thunder were fantastic on the glass. I mean, they started out as a great rebounding team and got even better after their trades.
Westbrook drives in, and it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
No good on the quick 3. Last season, the Oklahoma City Thunder led the entire NBA in rebounding. Greg, they did well on both ends. First in the league in offensive rebounds and second in defense.
And Kevin, the thing that sticks out for me, for OKC, everybody rebounds. The guards, the bigs, the wings. It really has a huge impact and allows you to have that many more possessions. So if this team is healthy, watch out. And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
The Magic trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Screen by Smith. Pass to Fournier. Looking to end the run, and the jumper is good. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Outside Westbrook. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field. Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Oklahoma City. Augustine comes in for Russell Westbrook. And Ibaka kicks to Augustine. Ibaka sets the pick for Augustine. Passes it to Adams. All sorts of time. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what, we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now Clarkie's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. Plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep. Well said.
And for all the flash and dash in Oklahoma City over the past few years, Serge Ibaka silently goes about his business while all eyes are on the mega star. Durant and Westbrook, Ibaka lurks around like a jaguar. I mean, finding opportunities to exploit any weakness in the opposition.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Vucevic checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Tobias Harris comes in for Jason Smith. And it's Oladipo in for Fournier. McGee's shot is off.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Talking about Ibaka, he does so many things that help his team. The little things that always make a difference, even with his superb free throw shooting. Up to a remarkable, Clark, 84% last year.
Yeah, but, Ibaka had an injury of his own. As much as people talked about Durant's injury, the knee soreness Ibaka had cost him 18 games last year, so that was tough for him.
And now here comes Young leading the break. McGee's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Oklahoma City leading by 4. Kicks to Young. Launches a 3. That is good. Young's got 5 points so far.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
The dish now to Harris. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
Roof shot.
And he makes the first. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better with his back to the basket. You can see movement forward all the time.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned those things he does. He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win, the consummate pro and team player.
And for Tobias Harris, a resurgence of sorts last season, Clark, especially from behind the arc, where he shot a career high at 36%.
You know, he